Greetings, this is Frosty Thundertrod, and today I am playing the Age of Decadence. This is a Indie RPG that I've been following for many years now, and it's finally more or less released. I guess there's some chapters towards the end of the game that haven't been finished yet, but most of the game is here, so I actually have not played this game yet. The only experience I have is with the combat demo quite some time ago, and I imagine the main game is going to be vastly different, so let's get started here with a new game. Okay, I don't remember this. For some players, the Age of Decadence is a hard game. Although combat may seem impossible, it merely takes a while to master. Even a single opponent can be extremely challenging, and a single mistake can prove fatal. Fortunately, many fights are optional, and their difficulty can often be lowered via the options available to your character. So if you're up to the challenge, select the normal difficulty, create your character, and have fun mastering the system. Alternatively, you can click on the Awesome button and play the game with a pre-made character, a battle-hardened veteran, well-equipped to handle any challenge and make short work of even the most dangerous of enemies. Yeah, this is kind of the cynical humor you'll find a lot from Vince D. Weller and other folks over there at Iron Tower Studios. So, I am perfectly normal. I'm not awesome, so. Alright. So, let's see what we got here. Now, let's give myself a name. How about Selwyn? Kind of a Gaelic Celtic name. The setting of this game is kind of a post-apocalyptic, follow the Roman Empire time. So I guess you could say it's a Dark Age fantasy as opposed to a medieval fantasy. Let's see. There is some magic in the game, but it's very subtle, very in the background type thing. You won't be throwing fireballs at anybody, but the Roman Empire, they call it the Old Empire in the game, had kind of like a steampunk feel, kind of magic arcane technology. So, alright, you can choose your background here. Now your background gives you various relations. I think it gives you skill points and stats too. Let's check. That moves your stats. Let's see here. Let's see, 796855. Let's go back and select a different one. Yeah. It does change your stats. Looks like the skills stay the same. And of course your starting reputations. So, now, the first question is, what do I think someone is? So let's say that someone was a child of a caravaner. Traveled with his parents all over the world, going from city to city. They weren't merchants themselves, they were just hired out to merchants to transport their goods. I'm not sure what kind of draft animals are in this game, because there was this huge catastrophic arcane explosion that destroyed the world, so it's possible there's no longer beasts of burdens anymore. So let's see, assassin, no. Thief, no. Praetor, no. Lord Master, no. Grifter, maybe. Drifter. Mercenary would be good. That's a possibility, because you can't travel in a wild wasteland without protection. And merchant, like I already said, he wasn't a merchant, so let's just go with drifter. Alright, let's see here. Some of the character options. Skin. Let's make him look kind of tanned. There we go. May not. Huh. Yeah, keep him looking kind of young, tanned. I guess it's as good as any. Yeah, I kind of like that appearance. So this is our young Gaelic guy. Probably, I don't know how closely this follows, the true history of the Roman Empire, which, since it's a fantasy world, you can't expect, true adherence. But, the Gaelics were one of the first cultures that were overran and conquered by the Romans. So, all, Success, Gaul and all them, most of what's southern France, northern Italy, over in Spain, that was all ruled by the Gauls, so. Alright, next. Alright, so now that we decided what Cell 1's origin was, child of a caravaner, now what does he want to do in life? See, I think Cell 1's done traveling. He wants to settle down and build stuff. He's probably seen enough empty towns, dusty old ruins. He just wants to settle down and build stuff somewhere. So, let's see. Let's start with his stats. Strength, that'd probably be a good one. Dexterity, I don't think, trudging along, pulling a cart or leading an animal really leads to dexterity. However, I think I would give him pretty good constitution, all that walking and riding. I've ridden a horse and I can tell you it's very exhausting. So let's give him 8 constitution. Perception. Now if you're out in the waste, you're scanning the horizon all the time. You're always looking for things that might pose a threat, looking for holes in the road ahead to avoid, since nobody's obviously maintaining them. So let's max out perception. There we go. Now, he's probably a pretty smart guy. Let's go 7 intelligence. As far as charisma, he's nothing special, but pretty much considered a decent fella. Let's see if we can get rid of some of that strength bonus. I'm not sure if it's a good idea. I think let's go ahead and give this a try. Alright, now it looks like they split the skill points between combat and civil skills, so. Alright. Now combat. Now what kind of weapon would he be trained to use? Spears are one of my favorite weapons here, but I don't think he's gonna be a frontline fighter. Kind of like the idea of a crossbow. Now, it makes sense. It's something you can keep on the wagon. You can have it loaded, and if a bandit or a wild boar or something, attacks, you can pick it up and get off a shot pretty quickly. So let's go ahead and give him a crossbow. 3 points in crossbow. Now these are the supporting ones. You got dodge, block, and critical strike. Now, dodge would seem obvious, but, with a dexterity of 4, I don't think he's that much of a dodger, really. With perception, such high perception, maybe he just focuses on making his shots count, so. Alright, 1 critical strike. Now I got 5 points left over. Let's see if I can just save those. Either that or I can, throw a point into a melee weapon as a backup. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to do that or not. Yeah, I'll probably go ahead. Just throw a point in there for a backup. How about something they would probably have around them all the time? Say a hammer, so you can fix the wagons when they break or something. Knock the wheel off, put a new wheel on. So let's give them a point in the hammer. Alright. Now, let's see over here. Picking locks. He probably has no sneak. Once again, probably has no experience with that. Stealing. Yeah, well, it's not exactly a paladin or a upright, a paragon of virtue. But his parents always told him that you need to be honest when you deal with people, else they won't trust you and they won't give you money. Traps, yeah, I can see maybe a little bit of experience with traps. Because if you're going to be out watching the road ahead of you, if somebody wants to set up an ambush, watching out for traps is a good idea. Alright, etiquette. Yeah, if you're a stranger everywhere you go, you better learn how to be polite. Persuasion might be useful. So I imagine a lot of times cities won't let you in, so you might have to talk your way into somewhere. So let's give them a point in that. Streetwise, definitely gotta be wise to roads and what happens around. So let's give them 3 points there. Alchemy, not sure how much you would have in that. Crafting. He wants to be a crafter, but I don't think he really has an experience in that realm right now. So let's just give him 1 point in that for thinking about it. Trading. Lore. I don't know if he would have any lore skill or not. I mean, traveling around a lot does not exactly lend you to be a highly so let's give him 1 more point in persuasion and 1 more point in etiquette. Yeah, streetwise, persuasion, and etiquette. Alright, let's get started. The world and the empire that once ruled it lie in ruins. Noble houses that lorded over the provinces, commanded vast armies, have been reduced to broken city-states. The Imperial Guard. Okay. They get to read all that, but here we go. You can always pause that if you want to read it. Your adventure starts in Terran, a small crumbling town, far away from the main tracks of travelers and caravans. I seem to have made my way here. It's been dying for the last 100 years or so, kept alive only by the combined efforts of its inhabitants. Broken stonework has been replaced by makeshift wooden construction, creating the impression that a new town is slowly emerging from the ruins of it. Maybe I should become a builder. I like to build things. Building buildings would be awesome. Or roads. I think I've had enough potholes in my life. Nobody ever fixes the roads anymore. Much like Tehran, the noble house controlling the town has seen better days. Before the war that toppled the empire and devastation ensued, House Darton was one of the most powerful houses. But that was then, and times have changed. Today it barely has enough strength to to maintain its hold over the local guilds. Oh, maybe I can actually make some inroads here with the rulers. Might be desperate for help to try and hold on to their power. We spotted Tehran on the horizon just in time. You had no more than a couple drops of water left in your canteen. You really should have been better prepared. Since I am traveling, oh well. I guess I was further away than I thought. We were on the road for a long time and were beginning to miss human contact. Especially women. Yes, especially women. Although you were certain in a few days in Tehran would quickly remind you why you never stayed in one place for too long. Yeah, the reason why I never stayed in one place for too long is because I was a child following my parents around, so now I'm out on my own. I don't necessarily have any reason to keep on moving. So let's see if we can make it home here. Oh, damn neighbors fighting next door. Next door wakes you. It's your first night in Tehran. The crumbling little town fighting a losing battle. The locals are busy quarreling over scraps of power and influence to notice the ship is sinking. Like just any other town you've seen, which is why you rarely stay in one place for too long. Well, I aim to fix that. If you wait until the fight is over, there's no reason to make someone else's problem your own. Go take a look. Let's go take a look. Looks like you missed quite a party. 3 people are dead. A merchant with a bowl in his chest, clean professional work. It wasn't me, I swear. I may have a crossbow, but it wasn't me. An overzealous bodyguard with a gushing wound in his neck. An assassin hacked to pieces, his right arm almost severed at the elbow, his left hand missing some fingers. The bodyguard must have charged him, swinging his sword wildly. When he realized that he was dying anyway, there's nothing like fighting a man who knows he's already dead, when concerns for one's life are no longer holding him back. What they were fighting over. Perception success. See? Now this is a skill check I passed because of a high perception stat. You notice the trader's clutching some parchment in his hands, as if he hoped it would shield him from harm. Looks like an old map. Might fetch you a few imperials. As you take the map, you notice a small gray sphere laying on the floor nearby. You pick it up and examine it carefully. It's a metal sphere with several grooves running along it. Perhaps a lore master might be of service. You hear the innkeeper coming with the guards. It would be best to leave before they arrive. Damn it! I wanted some weapons and armor. The innkeeper gives you a quick glance. What can I do for you? He asks you the most indifferent tone. Let's see. I'm new in town. Is there anyone dabbles in old things around here? Talk to Feng. He's our lore master. Leave the inn, turn right. It's the only house with a guard posted outside. Can't miss it. Alright, I guess I'll sleep for the night and go see Feng in the morning. That's a nice transport me right here. See a sign posted that says, don't sell priceless artifacts for nothing, come and see Feng first. On its way downhill, the future lies in preserving the pre-war knowledge. Lore masters, the self-proclaimed experts on antiquity, are the front lines of this trade, digging through ruins, copying ancient manuscripts, trading bits and pieces of pre-war knowledge, and appraising anything that looks old. Feng says, "What do you want?" Feng came with a caravan 2 decades ago. Nobody knew where he came from or why, but he had the bitterness of a man scorned by the memory of the life he had lost. He was well versed in languages and antiquities, but the town already had a lore master. Fortunately for Fang, the lore master fell sick and passed away. Despite the best efforts of the local alchemist, he was quite puzzled by the symptoms. Fang became the new lore master, even earned the favor of Lord Antides. Let's go Antides. Antides. Lord Antides. After discovering several Darton relics. What is it? Asked Fang with an irritation, acknowledging your presence, putting down some mechanism he was studying. Now, I kind of like the lore, the flavor text, but seriously, why would my character know or care that he came to Tehran 20 years ago on a caravan? Okay. Can you phrase something for me? A wise choice. Many people still value items without realizing their true value. Let me see. I can't believe it. It can't be. Fang puts the map down, looking shocked. This, my friend, is an extremely valuable artifact. I'd be honored to research it for you. It'll cost you 50 Imperials. Yeah, easy there, Fang. Let's leave this valuable artifact act for the farmers and discuss a reasonable price. Fang chuckles. Alright. We'll leave the act for the farmers then. It's a very old map of this region. I want to pay 10 coins for it, but I know someone who will give you at least 100 Imperials. And that's what you'll pay me 20 Imperials for. Do we have a deal? Oh, alright. I kind of want to know more about this map anyway, since it seems to be a forced plot item. Not much to tell you, to be honest. Fang's smirk suggests that being honest is simply something he isn't good at. The map bears the seal of Thor Egoth, the artificer, one of the High Lords. I assume his temple is in the middle. That's all I can tell you. Talk to Antides if you want to know more. Antides. That's what it's Antides. I have to train myself to say it that way. Yeah, I got some skill points. The High Lords? You heard about the war with the Quintari, at least. The war that turned the entire continent into a wasteland. It is said that during the war, both sides summoned supernatural allies from other planes of existence. If you believe in such nonsense, many lore masters will tell you that the Quintari summoned demons from the fiery pits of the underworld, while we, of course, summon gods from some heavenly abode. But the truth is that nobody knows what really happened. What we do know for sure is that the empire crumbled and fell, leaving us ruins. A handful of towns and stories to scare our children with. Right, fascinating. I'll go pay Lord Antides a visit then. It goes without saying, if he doesn't pay me, I'll be back to finish our conversation. Wait. You look like a capable man. There's a small matter I'd like to talk to you about. Lord Antides has invited another lore master to Tehran. Needless to say, I don't share his opinion that two heads are better than one. I'd be very grateful if you can find a way to get rid of the new lore master. His name is Cassius. He's probably at the end already, so don't waste any time. Really? You can deal with your competition on your own. That's none of my concern. Icon for an inventory screen. Journal, map screen. Thank goodness for tooltips. Alright. Let's see, what do I have here? I have the map. Blue sphere. No idea what that is. Bronze Gladius. interesting because I can wield this and a shield at the same time. I think I'd rather have the striking power of a real... Base region, additional region. Great, that's alchemy. So, you know, alchemy's kind of a pseudo magic. I like the fact that it gives all this flavor text, because that's one thing I miss with modern RPGs. They don't tell you anything about the items in the game, you know, they just give you the base stats and that's it. Sometimes they don't even do that. They'll just say a small amount of damage, large amount of damage. Alright, let's go find a merchant somewhere. This town wasn't in the combat beta that I played. Oh, there's a blacksmith. I suppose that's a good start. Maybe you can teach me something about crafting. Real steel dug up from old battlefields, huh? Looking for good weapons and armor. Any advice? Good? Good is a very subjective word, my friend. What's good for one fighter may get another fighter killed. Look at this two-handed scimitar, for example. It's an impressive weapon, the undisputed king of swords. Its striking power is unmatched, but it comes at a price not everyone is willing to pay. It's too slow. Now this Gladius is a much lighter weapon. Its advantage isn't the power, but the speed. Same goes for armor. Nothing beats heavy armor when it comes to protecting you from battle. But you don't expect to be able to move very fast if you're wrapped in sheets of metal. Take a look at my wares and see if anything... Alright. Actually, I was thinking of crafting weapon or two about how do I go about it. You need a proper schematic to be able to forge weapons or armor. The know-how, so to speak. If you want to go the extra mile, you'll need to know the different techniques. For example, you can harden the edge of your sword and balance it to strike faster. So where can I learn these techniques? I can't teach you any, so you have to look elsewhere. Do you have any schematics? Show me your weapon schematics. Let's see, daggers, swords. Standard crossbows. That'll cost 200 gold. Alright. Now let's take a look and see. Like wood. 4 pounds of wood. So tapped out for money there. Alright. Let's see here. Got 10 pounds of wood. Alright. quite a little. So let's make myself a heavy crossbow. See if so I'm gonna lose 30% of my material. Let's try this. How do I select the material? There we go. Okay, that's how I select the material. Let's see, did I get a... Get a crossbow. Let's see. Yes, I did. Heavy crossbow, sweet. Sell you all these things here. I'll hold on to these materials, I might use them later. 395 gold left. Some pretty good stuff here. See if I can find some cheaper bronze stuff somewhere. Damage 1 to 1. 2 to 2. Now this might be awesome combined with my critical strike skill. Alright, so it's 87 gold for 50 of these. So I'm gonna go ahead and sell. Well, that's a very immersive breaking. That's a very immersive breaking interface. Apparently I can't try them all. So let's get 2 to 2. So let's just go by. load regular for now. Iron. This trade plaza is dominated by the Merchants Guild building. The criers earn money by yelling best goods, best deals, and often refused. Looks like this guy is some cloth. Goat meat, cheese, the cheapest prices, huh? Yeah, that's nothing useful to me. Slaves, customer. At least we got a few flavor NPCs just running around here. Unlike some of the empty worlds like Skyrim, where you got absolutely nobody in most of the cities. Browse the wares. Let's see. Cape. Long outer garment designed to protect against weather and identify the cape's wearer as a member of a specific faction or an order. Cape's bearer a clearly recognizable insignia. A little bit of protection at least. Can't I wear that? I think I'll go there. Alright, now I wonder where this Decadence is. Misfortune is another man's fortune. It's not so. Commercium ways of doing business are hardly unheard of. However, if you're having doubts and more comfortable paying double the market, who am I to argue? Alright, let's go take a look. You follow Militades to his house. His servants greet you at the door and let you in. They are well armed and armored, but these are dangerous times. You never know who you can trust these days. The room is empty and you turn and ask Militades where the merchandise is, and the servants draw weapons and attack you without warning. I have poor dexterity, so I don't think that's a good... Well, I guess I'm off to fight. Die. Yeah, at least I shot him once. And I can't reload by maybe take a step. No. that's the end of me. Deals that are too good to be true usually aren't. Nevertheless, deep down inside, you wanted to believe. People get lucky all the time and get something for nothing. Why couldn't you be one of them? The way you saw it, the universe owed you, and it was about time it paid you with interest. So instead of doing the smart thing, you followed the traitor like a lamb to its slaughter. You got yourself killed over what little you had. The universe remained indifferent. And that's the end of Selwyn. Thank you very much for watching. We'll try it again next time.